Did you know that at the beginning of Five Nights at Freddy's Into the Pit, you can find a kid trapped inside of an animatronic? Which is suitably terrifying. Well, if that sight has made you rethink this whole finding your dad thing, you can just leave the pizzeria and end the game. I mean, it might not be the best ending, but it's an ending where I don't end up inside of an animatronic suit. So I consider that a win. Hello and welcome to another episode of Video Game Easter Eggs, the series where we take a look at some of the latest and not so latest Easter eggs found in video games. As always, if you think you know of an Easter egg, secret or hidden detail that I'm yet to cover, then let me know in the comments. And if you want to be extra kind and support the many hours I pour into recording each and every one of these Easter eggs myself, then check out the link to my Patreon in the description. Anyway, without further delay, let's get started. Right, let's begin today's video with Ready or Not. Now, Ready or Not is of course a realistic shooter that sees you dealing with some pretty messed up situations. The thing is, these situations, regardless of how messed up they may be, are all grounded in reality, which, come to think of it, probably makes them worse. Anyway, there is something that I found that definitely isn't grounded in reality. Or at least I think it isn't. During the Rust Belt mission, you have to deal with a gang of smugglers who have been using an underground tunnel to traffic drugs and people across the US-Mexico border. Well, as you head further underground, you can see this. So in the dark, you can see two eyes staring back at you. Of course, I know what you guys are like, so yes, I did try shooting it, and nothing happened. I also tried messing with the brightness and contrast to see if we could get a better look at what these eyes belong to, but it's still kind of hard to see. I mean, given the serious nature of Ready or Not, I'd like to think that it wasn't supernatural, but the fact that I can unload a full clip into it and it doesn't even flinch makes me think that it might be. If you've ever had any run-ins with old creepy eyes over here, then let me know in the comments. Now, this next Easter egg is almost certainly supernatural. I mean, it's a game about hunting ghosts, so I guess that's to be expected. Now, you might recall that in a previous video, we found the body of Lisa in the morgue on the Sunny Meadows Mental Institution map. And to be honest, I thought that was the only body that we could find in Phasmophobia. But I was wrong. Underneath the cabin on the Maple Lodge map, you can find this. So it's another corpse, but I'm not sure the identity of this unlucky chap or chapette. Given that I've had to crank the brightness of this footage up just so you can see it, probably means that a lot of people never knew this was here. I mean, I of course did some googling, and it seems that the body was added during a 2021 Halloween update, but that's about all I could find. It was probably added just to spook curious players out, or it might be hinting at something much bigger. My guess is the former. Up next are more Easter eggs from the extremely fun Brutal John 2. Which is not to be confused with Brutal John 1, which doesn't exist. Now, in the last episode of this series, we found our boy Duke Nukem giving us a thumbs up from behind a dumpster, which in typical Duke fashion was located at the back of a strip club. Well, Duke isn't the only FPS legend to make a cameo in this game. During the end of the world level, you can find this guy. So this iron-pumping Chad is the one and only Serious Sam. Unlike Duke, Sam seems to be fit and healthy. Read into that what you will.
Hey, John!
Next up, during level 6, you can find this guy.
Oh.
So this is Aussie YouTuber G-Man Lives, who has reviewed almost every first-person shooter under the sun. Here, G-Man can be seen playing Brutal John 2, but unlike the real G-Man, he's not the talkative type. I mean, the game is still in early access, so who knows if he'll talk when the game is finally released. Now, given its boomer shooter inspirations, you won't be surprised about this next Easter egg. During level 10, you can find this. So this is the famous Dopefish from the Commander Keen games. Dopefish has become the sort of unofficial mascot for a certain type of first-person shooter, and has appeared in loads of games including his ray-traced 4K path-traced 8K ultra-realistic version found in Doom Eternal, which is still way creepier than it has any right to be. Speaking of first-person shooters, next up is Bus Flipper Simulator. Now, you're probably thinking, Captain Eggcellent, you are so close to 1 million subscribers. I'm going to subscribe right now and help you hit that magical number. And to that, I say thank you. You're very kind. But you're also thinking, Bus Flipper Simulator isn't a first-person shooter. Well, that's where you'd be wrong. During your bus cleaning adventures, you can gather the parts to build your very own arcade cabinet, and after finishing the build, you can do this. So you can leave the whole bus flipping thing behind and enter the world of a Doom-inspired first-person shooter. Now, considering this is just an Easter egg, this Doom/Wolfenstein clone is surprisingly fleshed out, with multiple weapons to use and 3 different levels to play, which is pretty cool. Next up is a reference to another classic first-person shooter. During level 3, which sees you helping our old friend Johnny make his house feel like a home, you can find this. So the creepy parasite toy is a reference to the head crab from Half-Life, spinning the little guy over, and its mouth is still as terrifying as it's always been. The other bus flipper Easter egg is another one that seems to be skirting the copyright infringement line. During level 9, you can find this. So it's Vault Boy from the Fallout series. Like I said, I'm not sure where the line between Easter eggs and copyright infringement is drawn, but as an Easter egg hunting YouTuber, I'm not really that bothered. Now, after covering Twisted Gallery in the last episode of this series, where we discovered what the future of 3D televisions will look like, loads of you mentioned that I missed the best Easter egg in the game, with many of you typing the words "oo-ee-ah," which left me with more questions than answers. Anyway, determined to find out what those words meant, I loaded the game up and found this. Okay, so you lot weren't lying. This is the best Easter egg in the game. This crazy cat is a reference to a meme starring a cat named Ethel that went viral a few years back. And if I'm being honest, this is the first time I've ever heard of that meme. Right, let's end today's video with Shrek Extra Large. Shrek Extra Large is a reworked version of the Shrek game that released for the OG Xbox in March 2002, with Extra Large releasing a few months later for the GameCube in October. I mean, I say it's reworked, it's basically the same game with some minor story and level changes. Now, because it was a Shrek game, and Shrek was bigger than your mum in the early 2000s, Extra Large sold a boatload of copies. But it wasn't very good. I wish I could say that's to be expected, given that it is a licensed game, but a lot of the licensed games that we've played recently have actually been okay. Still, I'm not here to tell you if Shrek was good or not. I'm here to show you one of the best Easter eggs I've ever found. After completing Extra Large, you get access to a cheats menu that lets you basically break the game. Oh, and side note, I used to love it when games did this. You had played the game the way the devs intended, now go out there and have some fun. It was awesome. Anyway, these cheats include things like unlimited farts, which believe it or not is pretty handy, and low gravity, which lets Shrek float like he's never floated before. Well, using this combination of cheats, you're able to get out of bounds on certain levels and explore where you shouldn't. Granted, there's not much to see, but if you fall into the endless void, you will end up here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is the inside of a GameCube, which is really, really cool. Here you can see all the doodads that make the GameCube work whilst you play the game on your GameCube. Now, once you're here, there is no way out, so you have to reset your console. But I just think it's so clever that you get to explore the internals of a GameCube that this Easter egg is now one of my favourite Easter eggs of all time. So that's it. If you enjoyed this video, then leaving a like is really appreciated. If you are a fan of Easter eggs and secrets in games, then perhaps consider subscribing, as that's what this channel is all about. YouTube seems to think that you'll enjoy the video on screen now, so go ahead and check that out. And as always, thank you all for watching, and I'll speak to you all soon.